actually, no, I don't have a single rate. It's a three-tier rate. It's 10, 20, 30% rate is what the proposal is. But it's absolutely tied to a balance. Like, people have asked me the three things I would do when I come in office. Number one, repeal Obamacare. Number two, pass a pro-growth tax package to get this country going. And then three, go out across this country and convince the American public to push members of Congress to change the atmosphere in Washington. I can tell you, having served there, you learn a few things from serving there that serve you well and not falling for the tricks of the left. And the left, by the way, sometimes is represented among Republicans too, not just Democrats. And, you know, for example, I opposed TARP. The reason I opposed TARP was not necessarily because the economy wasn't in bad shape and that the banks were not in a bad position, but because I knew that this would set a precedent that would change the relationship between government and business forever. And in so doing, would destroy freedom for future generations and open up the opportunity for more and more government control of different sectors of our economy. So even if it would have been a more severe recession, which I actually doubt that was the case, but even if that was the case, conceding the point they were making that this was vital, it was not worth changing that dynamic. And so experience in what government can do and how government operates is important to understand. And for me, it was very clear to me in my time of service, unless we have a provision in the Constitution that requires government to be limited, we will not be free. We will, at some point, we can, and I believe this election is about freedom. This election is about turning back Obamacare, turning back this government control. But if we do not put something structurally in place to make sure that that sticks, we will go down this path again. It will be another, you know, we'll be able to snap it back, pull it back. We'll do what Reagan did, hopefully more. But there will always be, particularly in times get good, I always felt the hardest time to control spending is when there was a surplus. When there's a surplus, how do you say no? If you're a politician, right? There's the money. It's there. And I always said it's like a father going to an ATM machine, you know? And if you walk off, turn around and there's your kid standing there saying, I want to go to a movie, and you got, you know, $50 in your hand. And you can't say, well, I don't have any money, because there's the $50. So now you got to tell your kid, I love you, but no. Well, it's hard for a politician with $50 in his hand telling their constituent, I love you, but no. Right? Because they don't think they love you, love them, if you say no. And so the reason for the balanced budget amendment is to put in place a structure that says not only will the budget be balanced, but that we will have a limit on federal expenditures. And the proposal that I support says it will be at 18% of the overall economy. So government will grow no more, the federal government will grow no more than 18% of the economy will be the federal government. That is the historical average since World War II. Right now we're at 25%, to give you an idea. And under the current administration's 10-year budget, we're going to go to 40. Just think about that. How free would you be if government is consuming 40% of the economy? You won't be. I mean, money is free in many respects. And it's a zero-sum game. The bigger the government is, the smaller you are. And the less important you and your family are. So this is a freedom-securing balanced budget amendment. And I will go around the country and I will sell this proposal. We will win because the American public will demand it, and we can get it past the Congress and get it to the states.